We are about to start a new GarageBand project, and I'm gonna choose empty project right now. Click, and we're gonna choose drummer. I recommend going with a basic drummer, something from the drum kit, right? So you're in your musical instruments, you're choosing a drum kit for this track. Retro rock, roots, Portland, any one of these is fine. And you want to be able to see the editor for the drum kit. So you can click on the editing button up here, and now you can see the settings for this track. We can listen. That sounds fine, but maybe I want to make it a little simpler. First of all, I am going to extend this. The assignment says you can loop it like this. You can also extend it simply by taking it out to the 17 mark, which means you've got 16 full bars. I'm going to make it a little simpler. And you can do that down here. You can make it a little softer. Okay, we've got now I've got my 16 bars of drums. I want to make sure to save it, like it also reminds you to do. First thing, right, save it and give it a name. I'm going to call it Piano 3. You can call it whatever you want, but make sure it's in your digital music folder under your name. Okay, so much for part one, drums. Now, we're going to work with these actual keyboards today. And so you're going to make a new track and assign an instrument to it. So we go to new track, we can click up here and say MIDI. Right? And then over here it gives us the different kinds of instruments we can choose. You could go straight with a plain old piano, which is here. Choose a Steinway Grand. I'm just going to do that. You can also choose a clav, an organ, a vintage electric piano. You can choose a lot of different options here. And you've got your MIDI keyboard hooked up. And test to hear if you have sound. I do. Put on your headphones like I'm not doing here, and then you're going to record. Okay, so I've got my metronome set. I've got my tempo set to 96. I need to make sure I did that. That was earlier in the instructions. I kind of missed it, but here we go. You're going to play C and G with your right hand, and you can see on the instructions exactly which notes they are. And you're going to play through the whole 16 notes, the whole 16 bars. So I'm going to make sure I'm starting at the beginning and find my C and G. And that's going to establish that C chord so that all the white notes sound fine. Take another look at how to make it musical. And then we're going to hit record up at the top. This count off up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's going to mean you get 4 clicks before you start recording. So don't just start recording right away. Get familiar with the notes. Okay, and let's record. Wait for that count off. So I hit a couple of wrong notes in there, which is actually perfect. So you can go in, as it says, as far as editing the notes, I can zoom out here so I can see all of them. I can see where I hit a kind of a funky note over here. Right, and I wanted to hit, so these two notes were kind of like missed notes or just miss hits. Okay, so I can just delete them. Okay. Moving on. So that is my edit. And then as far as quantizing, you saw, I hope, in the instructions how quantizing works. It's basically going to move all of the notes right onto the grid, make it nice and tight for you. So to do that, you want to select, where's my GarageBand? You're going to select all the notes. Now, if you don't see them all, again, you can zoom out. And they're all selected. I'm going to change my time quantize to 1/8 because nothing I played was really 16th notes, I don't think. And I am going to then click Q. And if you look really carefully before I click Q, let's zoom in and find some notes that maybe are a little bit off the grid. Everything looks pretty well quantized right now. That's confusing me a little bit because I didn't click that. Anyway, you're going to want to select all your notes and click quantize. And then when you play it back, it will be right on the grid. Okay, turn off your metronome and create a bass track, same way if you want. The instructions are in there, and then you can export it to Padlet and you're done.